Should we just take his word now? Different time, different position. Let's ask the man who just stepped down as NYPD Chief of Department, John Chell. Now, very important, Chief. Good to see you.
Yep.
Thank you for your service. Did not retire because of the election. You were going to retire anyway.
Yes, I was leaving anyway.
Just to keep you clean on that. So, here, you just said what you want to hear. All good.
Well, I'm a firm believer that your DNA is your DNA. You are who you are. So congratulations to him last night. Great campaign. You ran a great campaign. But now the speech last night kind of switched gears on us, a different person. So that's why I say your DNA is your DNA. Now let's get to the rhetoric. You just showed what he said about the police department. He apologized for that, but we're not wicked and corrupt amongst other things. He aligned himself with the Democratic Socialists of America. Their platform is real out there. Basically, as public safety, do away with prisons and the cops are bad. So he aligns with that. Now look at what he wants to do crime-wise. Oh, I didn't say I didn't want to do a misdemeanors, low-level crime. Okay, well, yeah, explain that. I didn't say get rid of prostitution, but let's decriminalize it. Let's empty Rikers Island. Let's keep staffing the way it is. Now, follow that. So if we lose, we could lose almost 4,000 cops in January. So are you saying you'll go down to 30,000 cops, but your community action teams will replace some of those services? That sounds great, but let's see it in action. So your rhetoric is your rhetoric, and the one backbreaker will be the Civilian Complaint Review Board.
Why? Because that sounds good to a lot of people. Get the communities involved.
Right, so you make a complaint against a cop. You have these young investigators that do not like the police department to begin with, okay? But the final adjudication lies with the police commissioner now. If you put it in their hands, cops will not stay to jeopardize their job. Because the police commissioner says, well, you know, I know you want them terminated, but I see it differently. We'll render punishment this way. But if you leave it up to them, no cop over 20 years that remotely goes out in the street is going to take that chance with their pension, their family, and their lives. That will be a backbreaker. Now, he's on...
Wait, well, hold on. Because people will say, yeah, then don't do anything to get you brought in front of the Civilian Complaint Review Board, and you don't have to worry about it.
Right. Mistakes are hard sometimes, easier said than done. If you want a police department that's going to be just purely reactive and not take a chance. Remember a couple years ago, the cop got the water poured on his head and stood there? You want to go back to that?
No. Because
public safety is the foundation of the city, and we can't go backwards. Now, we went through bail reform and all that crazy stuff. We kind of got it back. We're fighting. I don't know if we can come back a second time. We're already down cops. He does not want to hire more cops. You got to really listen real carefully what he says.
The brothers and sisters have had lots of politicians who they don't like and who are not good for them. Why is this any different?
Because his rhetoric in terms of he doesn't want to hire more cops, his rhetoric against us, we never had an elected official come in and say what he said about us. Now, he apologized. Okay, fine. But the CCRB thing, that is really scary for the rank and file, and people want to come on the job. And we're already having a retention problem. We did a good job recruiting this year. What's going to happen now? The cop's out of a contract. Do you think he's going to pay them a great contract? No. I don't think he is. But it remains to be seen. So it remains to be seen is the phrase here. So there's a storm brewing. Is it going to rain? Is it going to pour? Is it going to drizzle? We'll find out in January. Look, you know, I made a phrase today. He wants to freeze rent for people. Okay, that sounds great. Not good for the landlord. But he's got to pay the rent come January 2nd. All these things he's promising, all these things he's backtracked on, okay, fine. But the rent is due January 2nd. Let's see what happens.
Do you wish you were still on the job for this period, or are you happy you're going to be watching it?
I'm happy I'm going to be sitting this one out. And I think I might be more influential outside than inside, if that makes sense. I could speak as a cop of 32 years. I've been in that locker room. I know how they feel. I could speak on it. But I'm going to be fair to him also. Because if he does well, right, I'm a New Yorker. If he does well, we do well. So let's root for him. Like I say, did a great campaign, great job. Went from 1% to 1 million voters. Now the people who voted for him, they're going to want their free stuff. I don't know what the line is. Is it March? Is it June?
They're going to want things. And the guys who are against him, I'm not talking about my brother, but the President of the United States. What I don't want to see is NYPD having to deal with federal agencies who are on the ground, putting them in compromised positions and animosity. That's what I'm worried about.
And if the message isn't clear on that, if that did happen, and there's no unity between the police commissioner, if it's Commissioner Tisch or someone else, and City Hall, we're going to be in the middle, to your point. And it's going to be a disaster. And I think Eric Adams' legacy might be reshaped if things go wrong this time next year.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.